It's called The Last Stop of the Night, the latest on a controversial Southside bar. Plus, Flagstaff now has its own official Monopoly game. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Makayla Richardson.
And I'm Amelia Piatt. Thanks for tuning in.
It's been a rocky year for one of the popular Southside bar, Bando's, with its liquor license being put on hold and then recently getting it back.
NAZ Today's Noah McNeil explains.
Over the past several months, Bando's, also known as Baddies, has gone from serving alcohol to not serving alcohol. And now the booze is flowing again thanks to a different liquor license. Confused? We were too. The troubles began for Bando's when it couldn't sell enough food to comply with the type of liquor license it had. That forced a temporary pivot away from alcohol sales while the bar fought to get its license changed. And that opened the doors for a series of complaints.
So what happened is our license was put on hold until we had a hearing. When we went to that hearing in Phoenix, and that was on the first Thursday of February, it was a unanimous decision that all those complaints were non-bearing and it had, actually almost no bearing whatsoever. And so they voted unanimously to give us our license and let us open fully.
The complaints Hewlin is referring to have to do with reports of underage drinking in the bar. While he denies those claims, others say there are lots of problems at Bando's, including a series of police reports of trespassing, underage drinking, and aggravated assault.
One time, these dudes just started fighting, and out of nowhere, they jumped this dude, and it just seemed for a while the environment was definitely hostile.
One of the business owners that protested the liquor license was Matthew Dyer, the operator of the competing Southside Tavern. Dyer says that even though Bando's is now operating with a more appropriate liquor license, they mustn't cut corners when it comes to safety.
Most people, when they get a Series 6 liquor license, you take on the responsibility that you have to respect that. It's like almost like the Hippocratic Oath. Like you don't mess with that. Hopefully he takes this protest from the city, from other businesses, and all of that as a sign that people are watching him and he needs to do things right this time.
He says the lack of cameras in Bando's is a safety concern. Young adults might find themselves in uncomfortable situations.
I feel like there needs to be more safety measures in place to protect the people that go in there. He has no cameras in there. I have 9 cameras here. There's not a blind spot here.
Bando's opened last week with new 18+ and 21+ events. They have live music, food, and fun amenities in attempts to maintain the reputation as the last stop of the night. Noah McNeil, NAZ Today.
The Mother Road, also known as Route 66, will be turning 100 years old on November 11th, 2026. And the Flagstaff City Council this week reviewed plans for a series of events marking the anniversary. This is a must-see experience not only by locals, but people from all over the world. There will be 66 things to do on Route 66 with tons of events, restaurants, and bars to visit. It will also include car shows and a festival celebrating the highway's role in Flagstaff. The event will be free to friends and families.
Route 66 is a glimpse of the America of yesterday, with tourists from all over the world coming to see this historic iconography.
But Route 66 in Arizona may not have been as significant without the road's guardian angel. I traveled to Seligman to see the founder of the historic Route 66 Association of Arizona, Angel Delgadillo.
Every day, 97-year-old Angel Delgadillo walks to his gift shop in Seligman, Arizona, and tourists flock to get a glimpse.
People were just so happy because he saved a piece of the road, he saved American history.
On September 22, 1978, Angel Delgadillo watched as Interstate 40 opened, bypassing his hometown.
Have you ever been forgotten by the world? Do you know what it is to be forgotten by the world? I do.
As a child in the 1920s, he says there was only one comparison to the I-40's effect on Seligman.
I was a little boy, grew up during the Depression. It was all over again like a depression. Struggling.
During what Delgadillo calls the hard decade, he says he noticed older visitors coming through town to get in touch with their family histories.
So there's where I got the idea of how to get the economy back. You know what my simple thought was? We'll ask the state government to make Route 66 historic from Seligman to Kingman.
He formed the historic Route 66 Association of Arizona and sent a letter to the Arizona Department of Transportation. It was ignored. However, the members of this organization would not take no for an answer.
We stayed on them, and guess what? The state of Arizona declared Route 66 from Seligman to Kingman as historic, November of 1987.
Since then, Delgadillo has become a local legend. His gift shop is family-owned and operated, and his daughter says it is inspiring to see her dad's effect on the community.
I don't take for granted where we're at today because I do remember what my mom and dad did to get this whole thing started.
What an inspiring story that shows that we can come together and we can accomplish amazing things.
It was such an honor to be able to speak with the Delgadillo family out in Seligman. Now, citizens in Flagstaff are invited to apply for community garden plots starting this Saturday. Applications will be accepted through the end of March or until all the plots are filled. Returning gardeners will have the priority to secure their plots from the previous season.
Those without gardening access at home will also be given priority so that more people can enjoy the benefits of gardening. The fee for a plot is $65. The City of Flagstaff Sustainability Office currently manages community garden locations including Bonito Street Community Garden, Hall Jensen Recreational Center, and the historic Southside Community Garden. North Country Healthcare is hosting a breast cancer and cervical screening event tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The event will be held at 2920 North 4th Street in Flagstaff, and all major insurances are accepted. North County Healthcare is said that it was recommended for women between the ages of 21 through 65. Get tested every 3 years. Attendees can make an appointment by calling 928-522-9404. Again, that's breast cancer and cervical screening event tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The City of Flagstaff has teamed up with the Water Research Foundation to launch a study focused on at-home water uses. Residents are encouraged to take part in a 5-minute survey about water use at their home. By completing the survey, participants will not only contribute valuable data to the study, but they will also receive a freebie from the Flagstaff Water Conservation Program, such as a water-efficient shower head or faucet aerator. Additionally, all survey respondents will be entered into a raffle for a chance to win an iPad.
The Hijoni Art Gallery is hosting a nonprofit visual arts program where artists with developmental disabilities create an exhibit and sell their artwork and collaborate with other artists in Flagstaff.
This event will be open March 21st and is open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. with free admission. It's official. Flagstaff now has its own Monopoly game. NAZ Today's Faith Rodriguez has the story.
Pass go and collect $200. The Flagstaff Mall hosted the official launch party for the famous board game. Top Trumps Incorporated is a company that makes educational card games and board games that range from matching games to the iconic Monopoly. Jennifer Tripsey, sales representative for Top Trumps, visited Flagstaff. Tripsey decided to pitch the idea and it stuck.
We saw Flagstaff, we saw that it had wonderful local pride, and it's such a beautiful and wonderful community that I reached out to the Chamber of Commerce as well as Clay from Overhead Media and told them, hey, we think Flagstaff would be a great city to have their own edition.
One landmark on the game is Joy Cone, the ice cream cone company that has operated in Flagstaff since 2000.
It was an interesting process. We were reached out by Jennifer, and being a huge part of the community and the youth groups here in Flagstaff, it really made a fit. Playing games, eating ice cream cones, it made total sense for Joy Cone to get involved with this project.
Starlight Lanes has been a fixture since 1957. They were contacted and Ghetto thought it was a no-brainer to say yes.
It's very exciting to be on the board of Monopoly, an all-American childhood favorite, and we always think of bowling as an all-American family thing. Starlight Lanes has been on Route 66 for close to 68 years. So how could we pass, because we are a historic place in this town.
Flagstaff Monopoly doesn't include several local landmarks including NAU, Reardon Mansion, and the Arizona Snow Bowl. Faith Rodriguez, NAZ Today.
Coming up, meet Terry, our pet of the week. Stay with us.
Well, we are seeing some winds and cooler temperatures this week. However, some unsettled conditions into the weekend. I'll have more for you, so stay tuned after the break.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back. Today we introduce a new feature on this newscast called Around Town, featuring stories of people and places that are uniquely Flagstaff.
That's right, and we began with a look at a local band made up of NAU students. As we hear now from NAZ Today's Kaylee Doyle.
Painted Eyes Band is made up of 4 NAU students, a climber, a slackliner, a frat guy, and a skier. It's starting to sound a little like the Breakfast Club. They all came together to make music. Painted Eyes has quickly become a big part of the local music scene. Hannah Morris is the lead singer.
We're our friends just to listen and have a good time while we play music, but then we just have been performing a lot at different venues or even in Chad's garage, and it's just been super fun to see all of our friends come together and dance and have fun to our music. So
the members say, musically speaking, Flagstaff is a diverse and tight-knit community. People from all walks of life have the chance to connect through music.
The music scene in Flagstaff is pretty cool. There's a lot of variety. There's a lot of genres. It's a lot of indie bands, and there's a pretty good hardcore punk scene in Flagstaff too. I've met a lot of people that play in punk bands here, and I feel like everybody knows each other, and everybody's pretty supportive, and everyone just wants to grow each other's bands and build the community.
Painted Eyes even had a chance to perform for a fraternity on the uniquely Flagstaff celebration known as Tequila Sunrise.
Something I've always wanted to do is play a show at Tequila Sunrise, so I was really stoked about that. A bunch of my buddies at the house helped us get that set up.
A sense of community and working together helped them to achieve the goal of performing on Tequila Sunrise.
Actually, overnight, they built us a stage. They went to Home Depot and they got all these supplies for us, and they just got all the boys together, and they literally built us a stage in like a couple hours.
Through performances like this, they've been able to grow their network and make more indie rock music. Fans can find more information about their performances on their Instagram at the Painted Eyes Band. Kaylee Doyle, NAZ Today.
On this week's Pet of the Week, we got to meet Terry. He's a friendly dog currently looking for a new home.
NAZ Today's Natalia Tucker has more.
Terry is an American blue heeler. We got him from Parker, Arizona. He's about 2 years old, I believe, 2 years, 20 days. He is super dog friendly, and he goes out with some dogs in the morning.
Terry has been at the Coconino Humane Association for a little over a month, and he is sporting an adorable face.
A fun fact about him is that he's missing some of his bottom teeth, so his tongue likes to hang out of his head, like that.
Terry loves to play with Kong balls with peanut butter in them. Other than some upcoming boosters, Terry is fully vaccinated, and he is good with people and other animals.
So dogs his size and dogs his breed that can play rough, he's pretty good with. Pretty people-friendly too, so it's pretty much good with mostly everyone, I'd say.
Terry is available for adoption now. For more information, visit the Coconino Humane Association website. Natalia Tucker, NAZ Today.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, smoky.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the
pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. My name's Jordan Vallender, and I'll be your weather forecaster this Wednesday evening. Flagstaff currently has a temperature of 61 degrees with clear skies, barometric pressure sitting at 30.13 inches, relative humidity at 11%, and we have no wind today. Our current satellite shows no cloud coverage on the western and central part of the state. However, we do see this tiny patch here in the east slowly moving into New Mexico. Our daily almanac shows a high of 59 degrees with a low of 24, and we are well above those averages of 47 and 21. Now, while our low today may be below freezing, it was nowhere near that record low of -7 degrees set back in 1977. As for precipitation, we had no precipitation yesterday, but since January 1st, we've seen 1.58 inches, and we are well below that average of 3.96 inches. Taking a look at high temperatures today throughout Arizona, it's relatively warm for this time of year. We have Winslow with that high of 76, the Grand Canyon with a high of 67, and Phoenix with a high of 87. Tonight we see a forecast low of 24 degrees with mostly clear skies, and our sunset is just about to set at 6:20 p.m. Now for our nightly temperatures, starting at 8 p.m. tonight, we have 42 degrees. and then it'll dip down to freezing at 32 degrees at midnight, and then it dips down to 27 degrees at 4 a.m., and then it jumps up just a little bit to 28 degrees at 8 a.m., and we're seeing clear skies throughout the night into the morning. Tomorrow we see a forecast high of 50 degrees with sunny skies and a little bit of wind. Our sunrise at 6:58 a.m. and our sunset at 6:21 p.m. Looking at forecast temperatures throughout the state, we're seeing a drop down just a little bit from today. We see Shola with that high of 57, low of 29. Phoenix keeping it nice and hot though with a high of 83 and a low of 56, and Lake Havasu with a high of 79, low of 58. Taking a look at Flagstaff Extended, we're seeing varying weather conditions as we go into the next few days. Thursday, we have sunny skies with a high of 50, low of 25, and a little bit of wind. Friday, it jumps up to a high of 60, low of 27. Now on Saturday, we have a 10% of rain showers, so make sure you're dressing and getting prepared for that, with a high of 56, low of 26. And then on Sunday, we have a high of 56, low of 27 with sunny skies. And then on Monday, it drops down to a high of 48, low of 23 with a 40% chance of snow showers. So make sure you're getting bundled up and preparing for that. Now that is all I have for weather, but stay tuned for sports after the break with Alyssa Munoz.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. I'm Melissa Munoz, and I'll be your sports reporter for the evening. Basketball has been slowly wrapping up, and I was there to capture the action for Coconino's play-in game against Bradshaw Mountain. Anticipation filled the Coconino High School gym as the boys' basketball team hosted Bradshaw Mountain in a 4A state tournament play-in game Friday night. The Panthers could not withstand the Bears' tough offense and fell 75-47. Head coach Cooper Elliott expressed disappointment about the team's performance and what he believed was the main factor contributing to this loss.
We weren't necessarily ready to play, and for that reason, it was a struggle for us the entire night. So just remembering that, anyone can beat anybody on any given night, and you saw that during that game, and we can't ever let that happen again.
At tip-off, both teams started out with intensity, but the Panthers couldn't respond to a 12-0 run made by the Bears' explosive offense late into the first quarter. Coconino was left trailing by a 22-point deficit by the break. They could not catch up and closed their season with a tough loss. Despite this being the last game for the seniors, Elliott expressed his admiration for their hard work ethic.
Yeah, they were the most consistent when it came to effort and attitude every single day, which makes sense. I think they realized that their time was coming to an end for high school basketball, and I think that plays a huge role in them stepping into that leadership position.
The Panthers previously defeated the Bears twice in the regular season, both by narrow margins. Coconino ended their season with a 17-8 record overall, and Bradshaw Mountain will continue to the playoffs with an 18-11 record and will face top-seeded Saguaro on Wednesday. NAU men's basketball hosted Eastern Washington in the Sky Dome on Saturday. They came out victorious, 87-67. But one special Lumberjack joined the 1,000th career rebound club. Junior forward Carson Tout was celebrated prior to the game for his accomplishment. NAU shot 5 for 5 from the three-point range, ending the first half with 41 points. Starting the second half, 8 for 8 from beyond the arc. Saturday marked their best shooting game of the season. NAU has 2 final games before heading to Boise for the Big Sky Conference tournament. The 2025 Big Sky Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships will kick off tomorrow through March 1st at the Sky Dome. NAU is looking to keep its consecutive titles rolling, with the women's team heading into the meet with 4 straight consecutive titles, while the men are standing at 12. That's all the sports I have for you tonight. Stay tuned for your weather recap with Jordan Vallender after the break.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Taking a look at Flagstaff one last time, we are seeing Thursday with sunny skies with a high of 50, low of 25, and windy skies. Saturday, we do see that 10% chance of rain showers with a high of 56, low of 26. And then on Monday, that dipped down with a high of 48, low of 23, and a 40% chance of snow showers. Now that's all the weather I have for tonight.
Thanks, Jordan. Now, even though February is ending, March is just beginning, we are still celebrating a few Valentine's Day things. Now, did you know there is a Galentine's Glam and Glow at the Red 115 Salon and Spa?
No, what is that? It sounds very interesting.
So I heard it's a spa where you guys can actually sign up for 3 sessions, grab some mocktails, light bites, and enjoy loads of shopping.
That sounds like so much fun. I think we should all plan to go.
Oh, absolutely. Unfortunately, that's all we have for you guys tonight, and you guys stay safe, and we'll see you next week.